So people have also given prophecies in the past that anybody who wins the election will do 8 years, not 4 years. And there are some older men of God in Ghana who also do these nations and all, blah, 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 and all that. There is one that I'm not too, my spirit of late is not too okay with, but I don't want to mention him. And please don't insult or attack anyone. But I just want to caution the new government and the president to be very careful of such people with all humility. I don't call out people like that, but I feel this time let's be very more, because this person came to say that also in the past that anybody who wins would go 2 terms, not 1 term. And just this past few days, there is a video somebody showed to me that on YouTube that this man said, this person said, okay, the president, John Dramani, shouldn't, how do I even put it? Shouldn't try to go another term, You can change it. Oh yeah. And so no customer so yes, and for mensa unchanging never be one papa unchanging. Then we saw a change all twice. You shouldn't make attempt.
All right. Abusia yama munyinara akwaba edeba K Lover media so we show YouTube boy Lovers TV Africa. Story we mean to me nkase beef na say but you better time na for you be breaking it down the amount. Ya so ne tie nsemo Prophet Clement Testimony aka never compare stories bi ya mamoni ade. Okay, but me see a funny time be breaking it down the amount bibia because Prophet Clement Testimony one more din bia ntin e din oboy eja Owusu Bempah ye nyina ye prophet beyond the prophets, the most powerful prophets in the whole world don't tell us akoshepo ni nim na yeka won sa de no onon kwana Prophet Clement Testimony boni din na se no boni din akono so no nso betie won sa de no inti wo de relax na hwe na tie nsemo a Prophet Clement Testimony edi abetum K Lover Media Lovers TV Africa. Emma we fi so be share link and no subscribe to the channel na man.
So people have also given prophecies in the past that anybody who wins the election will do 8 years, not 4 years. And there are some older men of God in Ghana who also do these nations and all, blah, 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 and all that. There is one that I'm not too, my spirit of late is not too okay with, but I don't want to mention him. And please don't insult or attack anyone. But I just want to caution the new government and the president to be very careful of such people with all humility. I don't call out people like that, but I feel this time let's be very more, because this person came to say that also in the past that anybody who wins would go 2 terms, not 1 term. And just this past few days, there is a video somebody showed to me that on YouTube that this man said, this person said, okay, the president, John Dramani, shouldn't, how do I even put it? Shouldn't try to go another term, and all that. I said, that is not God's mind. With all humility, sir, this is not God's mind. How come the first one you said anybody who wins will go to? Now you are saying, now, this same person was saying that perhaps God wanted another man who was contesting as the president to come and build the national cathedral. I said, this was also not what God said. With all humility, respectfully. I'm saying this because when we were speaking God's mind back to back, this person came out to come and say that the leaders, they shouldn't put their hopes or listen to the small boys, on social media who are calling themselves prophet. I felt so sad about that comment because I've had some senior impenyophobia who have been very kind and very nice to us. Recently, one of them called me to his church that God has been showing me to him several times. He called me and he prayed with me. I was very humbled and I respected him more from that day. I bumped into Prophet Owusu Bempah also recently, also very quiet recently. He was in the group of some people who have surrounded him. I was on the other side picking something and moving back to the parking lot. Then he, out of the people who have surrounded him, he just called me like this. He said, Osofo, come. I went close. I just shook his hand and said, oh, Osofo, try, come and see me. I said, okay. It was very kind. So hopefully, if it's God's will, that meeting may happen later as God will lead us. OTS. So there are people who are like seniors like that who have been a bit gracious, but there are people who try to downplay, look down on us and all that. This same person, you went on radio several times back to back. We love you. We honor you. Honestly speaking, we love you. We honor you. You went on radio several times back to back. And they asked you many times that tell us who is coming, who is going to be the next leader. You never spoke. Many times you never spoke. Even a day or two before, you never spoke. And some last minute, you came to say, okay, maybe Isaac can take Esau's blessing. You are trying to say that the unlikely one could win. You know, we're just quiet. After President John Mahama won, then this person, the team went to bring an old video, 4 or 5 years old ago video, that he declared that President John Mahama will be celebrated, that he will win again. Meanwhile, you were going on radio every week, weekly. And even some few days, a day or two before, you had a chance to say it. At the end of the day, when we work off our old video, and I'm saying this because I'm also not too happy, you know, respectfully, about the discrediting, and then the more like, you know, God can speak to even, excuse me, an ant, a donkey. If we are in our 40s, you know, right around our 40s thereabout, and you are saying we are small boys on that they shouldn't listen to us, by the mercy of God, with all humility, what the Lord spoke through those small boys and social media, whatever thing, you know, has come to pass. And please, we are not social media. Before the social media, we had ministries, prayer ministries. You know, the church was there before we began to come, as the Lord gave us grace to come online. So I would want to urge this new government to be very mindful of such people. You know, if they are trying to counsel you or tell you things, please pray about it again. Cross check. I'm being honest here. I don't say anything to attack anybody in court, but let's be very mindful, because people can throw dust into your eyes. Yes, we love them, we honor them, but let's be mindful. I'll just end it here. You know, now they are now coming back to give updates. Okay, the president must wear this. The president shouldn't wear this. He should do this and that. You should have spoken way back and told us God's mind, plain, told us, so that now we can now hear you more. I believe with all humility, there are people that we can hear. People who came back to back, you know, who came to declare that John Mahama was coming and he has come. There are those we can also hear for updates. Those who were not bold enough to come and tell us, we can't really hear you, or we don't expect us to open our heart to be hearing you and for you to come and tell us updates. Meanwhile, one can't share the whole thing. I feel now you are coming to give us updates, and the most sad thing is that you are discrediting us. You know, this year I said I was not going to really, you know, I kind of saying have issues with anyone, but please, it's not an issue. It's just my opinion, humbly and respectfully. Let us be careful. All right, everything that is in the atmosphere is showing that this man is not a 4-term. It's not a 4 years man. No, it's not. So that man, officer who told the president to hold with the 2 hands, all right, was very prophetic. I'm telling you. And then let me be very bold to also say this: if JM is done with his 8 years, NDC will break the 8. And I've already spoken about it already. But let me be very bold. Put me on the record. If they listen to the right people and the right prophet, and they don't listen to other people who can deceive them, I speak in parables, they will break the 8. NDC will rule for 16 years. I've spoken as I see, far by the mercy of God. Nyame e inshira mo onyamo kese